guys, it's Liz here with another video for you, and today I'm going to be doing a mermaid inspired mani with these three colors from Sparkle Infusion. We've got Little Mermaid, so perfect for a mermaid themed mani, and then this Razzle Dazzle, which was part of their first sub bag. It's a beautiful color, can't wait to use it. And then Turks, which is one of my favorite colors. It's like a Tiffany blue color. So what I want to do is feature mostly the Little Mermaid, and so I'm gonna get that on my nails first, and then I'm probably just gonna do one, okay, maybe I'll do two accent nails with the Turks and then Razzle Dazzle over it. I've got these cool little halo pattern templates that I've been wanting to use since I got them and haven't gotten a chance to, so we're gonna try those out today. All right, so this one has a lot of foils on it, so I definitely want to pour out all of that dip. And to get to the foils, you kind of just shake it around, and then those foils will start coming to the top. That way you can get a lot of foils in there. With the foil dips, you want to make sure that they're pretty much color fast. They're not going to bleed on you, which these pretty much are. And I am also using my triple vitamin base. It's one of my favorite bases because it does dry a little bit slower. But yeah, like I was saying, the with the foils, it's usually not the base that's gonna make it bleed. It's usually gonna be the activator most of the time. So you just want to be careful and encapsulate it in clear to make sure that you don't have that. And if you haven't noticed, I am working with some shorties. I miss my nails already, but with all of the moving and all of the cleaning and preparing that I've been doing for the move here just in a couple of weeks now, I, broke a couple of nails. I've been trying to do the tips, but even the tips are breaking, or like if I don't have any dip on them to strengthen them, they are breaking or bending on me. So I just decided just to bring it down to some shorties. Just work with some shorties for a little while. So I don't mind the shorties. I like short nails, but I've gotten so used to having long nails on myself that I just gotta get used to it again. Gotta get used to having the short nails again. All right. You kind of just pick your area. How many foils do you want in this dip? Oh, where'd that come from? And then I get these little pieces of baggie. This is just, baggie that like you would get in your order. And I cut it into small little squares. And instead of using my finger to pat down the glitters and getting glitter all over my finger, this is a very cheap way to save yourself from that. I've gotten other things and tried to pat down glitters with those little thimble things that I've seen at the Dollar Tree. They kind of look like they're little finger clot type things. I don't know what they're called. Well, I mean, they're not really a finger clot, but the finger clots, I mean, they work really well, but I mean, you're having to buy those. This is free, so. And I get so many bags with, with my orders sometimes, so I'm also reusing instead of buying something. I'm producing more trash. All right, that first dip didn't go too well. I think it's mainly like The type of peel base that I've been using recently, like, kind of makes my base dry a little bit quicker than it usually does. So usually dusting off is going to take off some of those foils as well. So you just want to kind of lightly dust it off if you can. And then the next one, you can try to get a little bit more foils. I'm gluing my finger to the top of this. I mean, it's a good coverage dip. Oh, and I did get a little bit of bleeding with the base. So just you don't want to paint too much. Right, I'm just gonna dip that right in there. I think I got still missing an area over there, so I might just have to come back and just do that one little area. Kind of pushing down these foils too kind of helps them to stick and stay so that you don't brush them off. This tip is so pretty. I'm definitely getting Little Mermaid vibes from it. So if you notice that it's bleeding from the base, you just want to make sure that you don't, my finger is shaking like crazy. Just make sure that you don't swipe over it too many times. So see, it's not bleeding too bad. This little thing is called a puncture tool from the Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree. I find so many useful products there, but you know, you got to be careful sometimes. The Dollar Tree has crap stuff because I mean it's the Dollar Tree, but at least it's only $1. You're not buying a crap product for $5 and get home and then it's pretty much $5 down the drain. At least it's just $1. And Dollar Tree does take returns. So if you're not happy with the product or a product breaks or whatever, just return it. I don't know what the return window is, but I've seen people return stuff. I want to say I have before, just to get a new one. Because mine broke or I brought it home and didn't realize that it was already broke, like when I bought it. So pretty. I love this tip. I love this tip. I just love The Little Mermaid too. It was always my favorite Disney movie. Maybe it was because it was one of the only Disney movies that we owned. But we would watch it over and over. We also had the soundtrack, so we would sit there and dance to the soundtrack as we sang and danced. Fun times, fun times. Little Mermaid. All right, so this one we're going to start off with Turks and try not to get Little Mermaid into my Turks. Probably should have done this one first so I didn't get glitter. in my Turks. Just gonna kind of lay it in there. I definitely need some more Turks. This is my favorite color. Ow! Jeez. Okay, definitely gonna need 2 dips of that because I did not get it on there very well. Just want to make sure that's on the entire nail. I feel like 1 dip probably would have been fine if I had gotten it on the nail, especially because we're going to be covering most of it up. What is that? I still feel like I didn't get it that great, but we're just gonna go with it. So I don't want to put too much on here. Ah, sticking to my finger. All right. I mean, I feel like already these colors just look so good together. All right, so we're gonna dip these in clear. Oh, did I? Forgot. I needed to dip this little corner. That looks better. I feel like this side right here needs a little bit more too. All right. Let me give that enough time to dry. So I'm gonna do clear, a dip of clear. Let's see. This is my clear sky. Probably gonna put one more dip of clear, but we're gonna put that off to the side for right now because I want to start working on this one. So this one is not completely dry. I don't want to activate it just yet, but I do need to kind of file it and buff it a little bit to get prepared for the rest of what I want to do to this. So I'm being very gentle so I don't over file or take off too much. But again, I'm just trying to shape it up a little bit. Because once I do the pattern, I'm not going to be able to shape it too much. So we're gonna have to work with pretty smooth surface for the next part. So I'm gonna just kind of buff it just a little bit. Don't want to take too much off, and I did not activate it yet, so I want to be very gentle so I don't mess anything up. Don't want to activate it just yet because I'm trying to do this with all dip powder. You can do it with gel, I believe. And maybe my next one I'll have to do with gel powder just to make sure that I'm telling you correctly. But if you do it with gel, what you would do is just put the decal on there, paint the gel on, pour over your powder, and then take the decal off before you cure it. That's how I would do it anyway. But again, I'll have to woo! Well, knocking stuff over. I'll have to do a video with gel just to make sure that that is correct. That would be the correct way to do it. All right, so you're just gonna take this off. These things are pretty big, so you definitely would be able to use it on like a medium to long nail. All right. So I'm gonna just kind of pull this, trying to get it where I want to, kind of center it where I want, and then push it down. These things will stretch, so you don't want to pull it too much because you don't want it to, because stretching it's going to mess up the pattern. Make sure that you got it nice and pushed down, because if you have any lifted areas at all, then it's not going to work out very well. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of stick it to my finger as well. It's not going to go anywhere. Right? So then I'm just going to paint over with my base. Hopefully I can just get this in one go. Pour it over very quickly. Dust it off. I do see one area where I did not get it good, so I'm gonna just try to dust off just that one area and do my base again just in that one area. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and pull it off. There we go. So now we can clean up any areas that need to be cleaned up, like over here. And I'm just gonna wait to dust that off. Don't want to mess anything up at this point. All right, one down, one to go. I feel like you could use these two if you really wanted to, but man, that would take forever to sit there and try to put all of those down on your nail. Okay. So again, we're going to line this one up. Trying to get my nail, use my nail to kind of like get on the edges to push those down all the way to the edge. And on the tip, you kind of gotta pull it and then stick it to your finger so it will stay there. Alrighty. I think that's pretty good. Right, I think we did okay. So you want to kind of try and pull it off as soon as you can. That way, if there's anything that's messed up, you can fix it. And plus, if you leave it too long, then that base is going to dry the sticker to your nail as well. So you'll have this sticker stuck to your nail as well, which may not be a bad thing, but not really the look that I'm going for. Alrighty, So we're gonna put this up. I think we're all done with that. Trying to decide if I need another dip of clear, which it's not gonna hurt. This is gonna need, these are gonna need 2 dips of clear as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and dust those off and get another dip of clear. And then I should be able to brush off those other ones and start dipping it in clear. I like to use this stiff brush or even a toothbrush to dust off, especially with the clear, because it really helps you to get a really nice clear. The clearest of the clear. All right, so we're gonna dust these off and see what they look like. Hopefully some of the powder stays. Oh, well, I did. Base kind of dried too quick on me on that side. But I think it looks good enough to where I'm just gonna leave it. I mean, I could like put some base on there and try to re-dip it, but I'm not that mad at it. I'm gonna do 2 layers of clear. So I ended up finishing this mani off camera, activating, filing, and buffing. So here is a look at the final mani, and I am just in love with the Little Mermaid dip. It's so gorgeous. And the pattern I think would have looked a little bit better had I done 2 dips with the purple color, but overall I was really happy with the way that this mani turned out. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.